will not fail.
What I really want to know is, how'd you blast old Typhon into smithereens? Don't have much here could have done something like that. At least not without taking the summit too. You got to let me in on it sometime.
I shall hold Kronos to account for what has come to pass. But I am not without pain myself, for I fear that I made present matters worse. You shall see whether any such mistakes can be corrected.
For your devotion to our cause, Lady Medea. You may have all the nectar you require, but I'd like you to have this too, though it may not be suitable for your concoctions.
You would regard me as some goddess from on high with such a precious gift. If you but knew me better, you'd rescind the offer on the spot. This is unnecessary, sorceress. As you observed, I cannot use it anyway.
You could enjoy it, perhaps with me or someone else, or simply keep it.
Perhaps. Yes, thank you. You'd mentioned that you've come to trust in me. I wanted you to know it meant a lot. No one has told me so in recent times. Even great Hecate must keep me at arm's length.
Lady Medea, surely your inclination to conducting research all alone has something to do with this. You'd be welcome and safe at the Crossroads if you wish to join us there.
No, I do not lack for company. The mere thought of being surrounded by the living and the dead alike makes the bile in my belly rise. But I don't mind you like so many of the rest.
You've got assessors to come out of a shell. All I can get from him are work orders. Bring me more bronze and such. Glad you can put the fruits of all this labor to good use.
Dear Uncle Poseidon, this offering of sweet ambrosia is for you. My father must have been so fortunate to have grown up with such a big-hearted and caring brother. May all your seas and lands soon know tranquility again.
However did you find such an extravagance amid our tempestuous times, niece? All I expected you to do was furiously fight, but you have done much more. I move the earth itself, yet you move me. You've given Kronos something to really think about. You're headed back our way. First an underworld victory, and next perhaps one here.
Where is that Hermes when you need him? Have you seen him lately, girl? Always flitting about, impossible to pin down. Ugh, what news could there be to deliver at a time like this?
We found a harmful trace of Kronos, now a trace of Typhon's next. Glad there's no real sign of them from where we sit. Besides their scattered forces and the devastation that they caused, but that can be cleared up.
Let us together shine this night, O moon.
Among the children of Nyx, Charon has always been one of the most reserved. The kinship that you have with him is not a commonplace occurrence, little star.
Where you going?
You know, if you've been having trouble sleeping, there's got to be a better solution than these repeated drubbings from me.
I tried a lot of stuff. Sleeping on a full stomach, sleeping on an empty stomach. Nothing worked, but this works just fine for now.
Hey, last we spoke in the Crossroads, I didn't mean to upset you, Millie. It's just, I didn't realize you'd have to keep fighting like this.
You asked me what I was going to do with the rest of my existence, and it set me off. I've not thought that far ahead.
Well, it seems you don't need an answer anyway if you still have to keep heading up here. And probably down to the underworld as well.
There's certainly a comfort in routine, but I have to accept that this may be all I'm meant to do. All I'm proficient at.
You don't have to accept any such thing, Millie. All my father ever did was work, felt it was his calling, but you're not like him. Anyway, the rest of existence can wait. Let's make this night a good one and go from there, eh?
One night at a time. Trouble! Always ready and eager for the fight. I've never met someone so driven, yet so lacking in any purpose whatsoever.
I'm about to blow your mind. You ready, babe? No purpose is a purpose. Think about it. And now I'm gonna blow away the rest of you, too.
Ooh, it's getting kind of hot in here. Or maybe it's you nymphs there in the corner, yeah? Oh, I see you. What? Oh. Say, any leads on finding us a box of good bottles of ambrosia yet, or what? We're down to our emergency ration here, making it last. I'm trying to keep everybody calm.
I've not encountered such a box, and am uncertain how to best distinguish a good bottle from another. I had no idea that ambrosia could go bad.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret, baby. Just as soon as I remember what it was. All this shaking lately, I can't even think. You want one of these?
Lady Athena, I don't know what to say except I deeply regret the incident between you and Arachne. I was certain she sought your forgiveness, not an altercation.
I am less surprised by the outcome, but then I knew Arachne from before. Perhaps she did mean to apologize, until the moment she saw me again, and all her scorn came rushing back. Nonetheless, what's done is done.
I understand. Though, if I may ask, what did she do to have incurred your judgment? I know a weaving contest was involved, but only from her side of the tale.
Losing to some mortal was a humiliation I did not anticipate. Yet it was Arachne's arrogance that sparked my wrath, rather than any envy I had for her considerable talent. She had the nerve to call my work pedestrian.
She insulted you. That was short-sighted, certainly. And as I understand, she was quite young. Had she but known.
This last time she did know, yet she insulted me again. We do not expect much from mortals, merely penitence. For those such as Arachne, the best we can do is make examples of them. Now I shall spare her not another word.
You gods coerced all mortal kind into worshipping you, and for what? You've nothing to gain by slaughtering them at your whim. Leave them be.
I'll be sure to put in the request with my Lord Uncle Zeus. If you could go ahead and let me past so I can pay him a visit.
Your Lord Uncle had me bound to a mountain for eons, so that Itos here could feast upon my flesh for all that time. Itos came round eventually, but Zeus, he never shall.
Typhon.
Whew. Thought you'd never snap out of it. You okay?
Yes, thank you, Dora. I hope I didn't cause you any concern. Have you been by my side here all this time?
What, me? No, just out for a breather.
But you don't even breathe.
Cut it out.
I go.
Princess. Are you all right, Princess? I'm realizing that whenever you return, it's likely due to some unfortunate result. One I might have easily anticipated in the past, but not anymore.
I'm fine, Lord Moros. Thank you for asking. I'm fairly accustomed to such outcomes at this point. It's interesting to know the fates are not forcing it along. That it's all in my control. And all my fault.
Well, now that you mention it, I can't entirely be sure the fates have no more influence at all. How frustrating, not knowing whether our actions have been preordained or not.
I try not to think on it too much. Welcome, Lord Charon.
The fire thief Prometheus insists on barring your path toward the mountain summit still. What nonsense has he filled your head with recently?
He seems to bear a deep sense of responsibility and guilt for mortal kind. I'm concerned he aims to spread dissension in our ranks. Some shades who serve our cause must harbor sympathies.
It sounds to me as though you are beginning to harbor such sympathies yourself. Do not be deceived by his lofty claims. He sided with our enemy and made that clear.
Yes, understood.
See the shipment yet? Some of the drowned sailors whom you face up there whilst sailing through Poseidon's Rift were probably once men I used to know. Not that I could recognize them now.
There's one at least that seems to have a level of command over the rest, if fancier attire and weaponry are any indication. I fought him just last night on his big ship.
Likely the Argonaut, if the reports add up. There was a band of similarly named adventurers he may have hailed from. But they were from a bit before my time. Perhaps still trying to relive their glory days.
And getting in my way.
Up and about. The hell are you doing talking to me? You get your scrawny ass back out there and get that Titan. What are you waiting for?
Rude.
Hi, Melly. You know, I thought that once Kronos was out and the Underworld King and Queen were back, you'd have to join them in the House of Hades. Be the princess you were always meant to be.
I'd like to think I already am that. My father's house is truly something to behold, but this is home, not there. And I'll be seeing my parents and brother frequently enough, I think.
Oh, right. How was it meeting Zagreus? He live up to all the hushed tales of his prowess and all that?
If I told you, I'd have to slay you.
Well, all right.
Forgive me for presuming, though you seem a little tense of late, Lord Moros. What would you say if we shared one of these bottles together at the taverna? It's been a while.
Nothing would please me more, Princess, except it's not my wish to burden you, and I regret that I've permitted my concerns, which are slight, to become apparent. So please, don't go out of your way on my account.
I'm not going out of my way. And if it's truly your wish for the time we share to be fulfilling, then you can start by taking the opportunities that present themselves.
You make a strong case. It would be my honor to accompany you then. Shall we head down? I have been drawn to others on occasion, yes, but I knew better than to let myself become attached. If my heart started to speak to me, I always could make it quiet down.
In that, at least, we're quite alike, skilled at quieting our hearts. Though if the Lady Aphrodite's taught me anything, it's that our passions needn't always be suppressed.
What do you mean, Princess? What passions could you have possibly suppressed, given all that you've achieved?
Well, for one thing, even being here with you. The past me never would have had the clarity of mind to ask, I think. My mind would have talked my heart out of it.
Then I'm very grateful that your heart is beginning to prevail in more of these debates. I think it only makes you stronger, and perhaps it's the ambrosia, but I'm very fond of that. Of you in your entirety, truly.
Oh. While we're being candid then, I've become rather fond of you as well. But if you're promised to another, I don't wish to interfere.
I don't know this other goddess to whom I've been promised, nor do I want to. And I've violated the will of the fates already. We both have. Wherever all this leads, I would have you by my side.
Then to discovering our path together.
To discovering our path. I very much enjoyed our time, Princess, and will anticipate when we can be together next. Soon, I trust.
I feel the same way.
Ambrosia. Look, you should know my never-to-be-used stash is just about full. Wouldn't want for it to overflow.
You could always invite me to the taverna, where we might cut into that stash of yours a bit. Why hoard it forever? Besides the reasons that you previously said.
Not going to invite you anywhere as long as you keep this up. And I don't appreciate you making light of the subject of avoiding excess. My area of expertise, not yours.
I'm sorry, Nemesis. I wasn't aiming to be rude. Words I cannot entirely believe I'm saying, much less feeling, since we used to trade barbs all the time.
Things sure were nice and simple then, weren't they? But now we're stuck in whatever pattern this is, till we break free, and we're doing that now. No more ambrosia. Ever.
Ever? What about bath salts?
Some of our relatives don't like to get involved. Dionysus, he will go to every feast, but never to a fight. Why don't we all just get along, he says. Though, come to think, it's not a bad idea.
I've always thought the world beautiful. It's everywhere around us, even in times of strife. And I know that's because of you, Aphrodite. Thank you for helping me perceive it all.
From you, this nectar surely shall be sweeter than the rest. So when the clouds begin to darken overhead and I feel my hope begin to wane, I'll drink to us. And I shall bounce right back. So many suitors from whom to choose, Well, just remember that you needn't choose at all. Unless you so desire, as do they. Your heart, your relationships. Make of them what you will.
Did the famous wisdom of Athena live up to her reputation, Flower? I would think our master strategist should not have to defend the front lines herself. But what do I know?
Sister Selene, Eye of Night. You always have looked out for me since I was very small. But more than that, you've been a dependable comrade and true friend. The gods bestow such gifts to those they cherish, so I offer this to you.
On countless nights have I observed your family on Olympus at their feasts, ambrosia flowing in abundance. But it was not the place for me, nor do we revel in the Crossroads thus. Yet from you, this is a cherished gift.
I draw you down, O Moon. Lend me your light.
You bear the aspect I revealed to you before. I know little of this Shiva, save their reputation as destroyer of all things. Perhaps the Black Coat partly is responsible, though that is for you to discover now.
Turns out, apologizing to Athena just isn't for me, my friend. However, I apologize to you for making you go out of your way, making a scene in front of another goddess. Sorry.
Oh, Arachne. I'd have rather you said that to Lady Athena and gotten what you desired. I doubt you'll have another opportunity.
It's quite all right. When I saw Athena again, all battle-weary but same as ever, something in me snapped. And now I'm free. You gods have been having a time. Turns out you face the consequences of your pride, same as any of us.
I suppose you're right. You really told her off. I still can scarcely believe it, including that she spared you after all.
Well, you know, I always had a touch of temper on me. Feels good to let it all out once in a while, come what may. And I've been weaving like there's no tomorrow since.
Normally, to be otherwise, Athena would be first to greet you and make nice, but she's been busy putting all my arms and armor to the test. Good news is the testing's going well. Oi, coming right up.
You would forsake my blessing, even knowing it is sought after all the world over. I am not angry with you, granddaughter, and I admit I acted out of turn.
The spark of Ixion brought you to me, an ember from the flame forever burning in the underworld. Its light reveals gateways into my abyss and relieves the common side effects of entering. I recommend continued use of it.
Hecate.
It is a particularly quiet night. Observe the silence for a moment, ere we begin our little test of just how capable you have become.
It does seem unusually still, and the moon wanes. An ill-portented, mistress? Our shades should check up on your hounds.
No need. The hounds spend mostly for themselves. Like as not, they use this time to rest, as you'd be wise to do now and again.
Maybe I should, like, go? Like somewhere else? But I can't leave you, man.
Ooh.
Laurel, right? I talked to Echo like you said I should. What gives? This place is still the same. I thought you were gonna fix everything.
I didn't make myself clear. You have to fix everything, not me. You and Echo each are cursed, and your curses now are tangled up. You have more to discuss and sort out.
What do you mean I'm cursed? You're cursed. I mean, I've got it all. You don't know what you're talking about. Unless you do.
Go talk to her. Thanks. Some seeds.
Such is the smuggler's life. Word has reached me that you clashed with Skilla and the Siren followers. So that's where they ended up. They once were the torments of many a sailor till I took care of them.
It was once we got to Kronos that Prometheus would not be far behind, longing for the days his liver was an eagle's snack. I know he's been a problem, but I don't want to see him go through that again. Don't properly know why.
Where do you think you are going?
Your father's wretches within Asphodel so hated trespassers.
I'm going back where I belong.
So you can see a pathway out. Such nightmares shall consume you in the end.
Hey, girls! Don't you have any new material yet, Skilla? You'd likely garner a much bigger audience if you had a few more songs.
Shut up! We have more songs than you can count. You're just not ready for them yet. Nobody is. Perfection takes time, lady.
But perfection is always out of reach. If you keep pursuing it, you'll never get there. You must have a work in progress you could play instead of the same old stuff.
The same old stuff? Did you just hear that, girls? I think she meant to say your greatest hits or your all-time classics, didn't she? You just don't get it, lady. We're here to please.
Nemesis.
Fates must be smiling on you as I'm about to do all the work. There they are.
Then let's go.
There we go. Take the damn gold. Damn it. How many times you going to take my gold? Rules of this wager might be too much in your favor after all.
You set the rules of this wager yourself. You'd never go easy on me, would you, Nem? Though you can't bring yourself to make things overly unfair for me either.
Beginning to think it might be a weakness of mine. Well, go buy yourself something nice, princess. Don't need to hear more metal clinking around every step I take anyway.
For this most brutal and ferocious beast, all that preceded merely was a treat.
Welcome you into the lowest depths, daughter. Daughter, tell me something of yourself, for I know not a thing. For instance, what is it that you like to do when you are not attempting this?
What do I like to do? Well, I ensure all of my reagents are in order. So when practicing my craft, what I need is always close at hand. And I like to... Father, this rings false.
Neither the time nor place for trivialities. Perhaps, however, at some point, we may discuss such matters more. But there are scores to settle first.
Great Shiva, grant to Cassynth your full destructive force.
My work is made much easier for all the enemies Olympus has accrued. From the satyrs, to the harpies, to the cyclops, Polyphemus, and much more. It is not I alone who seeks the downfall of the gods.
So you gathered up the dregs, lusting for power or revenge? Such company you keep. I know that Polyphemus well enough by now. His loyalty can almost certainly be bought.
Oh, that it can. Loyalty is either earned or bought, and it makes very little difference either way. Polyphemus has his limitations, to be sure, but he is not a lost cause. Are you able to resist? Death to Kronos, was it? How is this possible?
For my brother.
One rightly may imagine that this tale has a very thrilling end, although I'm afraid for now that we are out of time.
Return to Shadow now? Adequate.
Did you do it?
So it is written. I'll just clean this up.
Come to your senses, Eris. You're not doing yourself any favors by impeding the will of the fates. Have you heard of even a single incident where that turned out for the best?
No, but there's a first time for everything, and I'm not interested in hearing veiled threats from them through you. If they care so much about what I'm up to, why don't they contact me themselves?
You know that isn't how it works. Have you truly made up your mind to side against, well, everyone? Even I'm not supposed to be speaking to you.
I do what I want, Moros.
There she is, lad.
Another victory.
Come join us, goddess. I was just regaling the shades about when first I traveled to the underworld, whilst I yet lived and breathed, if you could believe it. And thusly I got out.
Come on, Odysseus. Are these shades truly so impressionable?
Oh, I'm dead serious. My tales aren't quite as tall as they may seem. But now the gates of hell are flung wide open, aren't they?
Not for much longer.
Aye, that.
Good work. The woods have eyes and ears. Thus, I'm aware Arachne and Athena finally settled up their differences. To the extent they ever shall, I suppose.
Arachne always had her pride, but I think she may have found some sort of peace.
Would that it was so. With time, feelings of scorn embed themselves deep in the flesh, in the heart. They are not easily excised. Those two are stubborn enough to do it.
Hey.
Hey, about Narcissus. I won't undo the curse you put on him, even if I could. He seems to be rather content, and besides, I can tell you truly believe he deserved it. Only problem is, that curse did nothing to aid Echo in her plight.
Echo. That was the nymph who put Narcissus on my list of things to do. You're telling me getting divine retribution with no strings attached wasn't enough to put her mind at peace?
Correct. You evened the score between them, though you didn't set things right for either one. They had to set things right for themselves.
With your help and encouragement, I guess. Same difference to me, long as neither one ends up much better off. Sounds like you lectured both of them, so I'm sure it's close.
So you don't care how they end up, as long as they're even?
You're catching on.
You never did say no to bath salts, Nemesis, so how about it? As long as you feel we've earned at least a short break.
Don't know that we have. Though I've accumulated enough knots in my muscles that it's gotten in the way. So why not? Ugh, damn. Can't believe I'm sitting here with you. Couldn't stand the sight of you for the longest time. Wanted to snap you like a twig. Now I got you helping me unstrap my suit.
We're capable of change, aren't we? You must believe that yourself. Otherwise, what's the use of all the retribution you dole out? It can't be for the sake of punishment entirely.
The punishment is half of it, but yeah, important to learn. If not from our own failures, then those occurring constantly around us. Still, I don't think I've changed at all. You have.
I have? I'm still hell-bent on all my responsibilities, counting the moments before I can get back to what I'm meant to be doing, rather than enjoying being here with you.
Except we're only here because you worked up the guts to ask. But fine, maybe you haven't changed a lot. Maybe I just like who you are more than I used to for some reason.
I feel much the same, though I've admired you since training. It gladdens me to be with you like this, and how we've been fighting on the same side recently.
Always wanted the same thing, just didn't think there was enough to go around. Now, enough talk. You going to get these knots out of my back or what?
I'll do what I can.
Feels better than before, I'll give you that. Though don't go thinking I'll let up on you out there. We're calling this even.
As it should be. There. All right. Main.
Zeus and I have spirited debates regarding how you may ensure our victory. He is too proud to seek your help here on our mountaintop, whilst I would welcome it with open arms. So, come along.
Oh, I know more and more about you, love. My little birdies tell me everything. They're everywhere, and like nothing better than to keep me well apprised. They're happy when I'm happy, and I'm happy being in the know.
Since Ambrosia can be so good as to leave you desiring more, I wanted you to have this, for being quite possibly the most welcome sight in all of Thera.
To have been blessed by one such as you after having cursed so very many, however much they had it coming. I've merely done my service to great Hecate in working with you, sorceress. You need not compensate me more.
It isn't compensation, merely a gift. Your past is your business. I know only the Lady Medea whom I've met and come to understand. She is so much the sorceress I've aspired to be, with less emphasis on cursing, but still.
You were so young when first we met. I thought as you grew older, you would harden, grow crueler, as many of us do. Yet you have proven quite resistant, and in turn, you've made me more resistant to it too. I'm most grateful.
You're most welcome. You work so tirelessly at your craft, Lady Medea. If I may ask, where do you find the strength for your pursuits night after night?
It's very much straightforward, sorceress. I seek to punish all who wronged me in proportion to the harm they caused. Though have no fear, you're not on any list of mine.
Have you been wronged so often that you need more than one list of wrongdoers? What happens when you've cursed them all?
My lists are based on categories of affront, from mere dislikes to deep betrayals. As for what happens after I've achieved my work, I'll have to get back to you on that one.
You showed old Gramps who's boss. Good going, him. That ought to trip him up a bit. Find time to come on up and help us drive his forces off our turf. What do you say?
Alright, Sunshine. What do you say we cut the song and dance and set you up with something positively brilliant this time? See here.
I have been much inclined to put a stop to the rebellion of Prometheus, yet now I'm to believe he is facilitating your continued efforts to ensure that time flows freely forth. Well, should you cease to trust in this, merely send word.
In my lowest moments, when I felt most incapable and filled with doubt, you always believed in me, sister. Your cycles across the sky are a steady source of calm and strength and inspiration. For you yourself are all that and more.
Thank you for your offering and for your thoughts. I likewise never knew my birth parents when I was small, but Nyx in all her splendor took me in. I saw myself in you, I think, and felt perhaps a big sister could be of benefit.
I bid you shine for me again tonight.
I watched the goddess Aphrodite seek you out. From her I learned a bit of how to influence the heart, but only when my strength is at its peak. And even then, I fear I pale in comparison.
Polyphemus.
Who told you to call me by my name, I never introduced myself to you. What, you gonna start calling me Paulie next, like I'm your pal?
I can't imagine you have many pals with how you go on trying to eat anything that moves. Though we could still be friends. Put all that trying to eat me behind us.
Got all the pals I need. The sheep back there, dead below the dirt down here. You know what I do need, though? Yeah, I think you do.
I've been working on something for quite a while here. I didn't want to say it till it was ready, but I put it through more testing recently and think it's good to go.
Oh, that's exciting. Your inventions must take quite a while to make ready and produce. What's this one all about?
You'll see, but it makes just about everything better. Kind of like, well, you. Don't have to try if you don't want.
Come. How regrettable to know Prometheus rebels against the gods. Surely he must see that his pursuit of vengeance shall not bring him any peace. Is there no reasoning with him?
He isn't much for talk, but then lately who is? We end up clashing just beneath the summit. Apparently, he always knows who's going to be the victor, even if it's me.
Oh, he's foreseen his own defeat before. Can you imagine, Poppet? To know of each and every ill awaiting you? I doubt if any punishment he has endured is worse than that.
Looky who!
I must say, especially for someone who claims to thrive on pure disorder, you are very punctual and consistent, Eris. Every time I've crossed the rift, you've been right here.
No need to rub it in. Look, I know this is becoming a problem, but I swear I can get it under control. Just promise me you won't tell anybody.
You want me to promise not to tell anybody that you're punctual and consistent? Why? Because you'd hate for them to start to think better of you for a change?
Yeah. Although, since when do I even care what anybody thinks of me? That's not who I am. It's all because you're ruining it for me.
No, you don't. We're making a regular habit of crushing the life from anything that moves. Don't get underfoot. Done here? Ha! Welcome to your ancestral mountain, sister. Everything you dreamed of, I once yearned to be here too. I got over it.
Yet you're still defending this place. You speak as though you've lost your purpose, but I've seen you fight.
Purpose. The gods asked the world of me before I could join them here, only to have to defend their honor some more. You'll find your own purpose soon enough. My work is finished here.
Don't move.
Why do you care so much for mortals anyhow? Their lives are short, their flesh is weak. Only in death do many of them finally begin to gain some sense.
Any laborer of skill cares for their work. Mortals, poor sods created in the image of the gods, yet forced to be inferior so that they could never achieve what my master and I now intend.
You mean to say that you fashioned mortal kind, then stole the fire from this mountain for their sake? Absurd.
The truth can be difficult to absorb. Mortals live only to suffer. As I am responsible for that, I sought to take some of their suffering from them and redistribute it to all of you.
Forgive me, Princess. I apologize for the abruptness of my approach. My mind told me not to appear before you without good cause, but my heart demanded otherwise. Is this not a good time?
Oh, you know, Lord Moros, I was just in the middle of evading my latest brush with death. Why are you here? I must look like hell.
No, you look... well, I am truly at a loss for words. I should have rehearsed what I sought to say more thoroughly.
You don't need to be so nervous around me, or so formal for that matter. And it's nice to see you here as well, in one of my many moments of wretched failure. How long can we stay here anyway? It's so peaceful.
We can stay for... I don't exactly know. A while that to others shall seem merely an instant, so... I sought to see you here again, in the off chance you sought to see me.
Chance has nothing to do with it, Lord Moros. Most nights I have a brush with death, but not with you. I have wanted this, yes.
Princess. You're safe.
Lord Moros, are you certain this shall only seem an instant by the time we return? Because...
You have my word. As for your own sense of time, that I cannot change. So, as much as I would like remaining here with you eternally, we should probably be getting back.
You're probably right. Return to Shadow now. Oh, Last night was like a dream. The last part, anyway. I wonder if Lord Moros is around. Lord Moros. So how are you this eve?
Princess, I was going to ask you the same. As for me, it's as though I'm in a dream. The wonderful kind I've sometimes heard described. But what of you?
I'm very well, yes. My dreams have often haunted me, though I've experienced the good kind too. And you're right, it's kind of like this. Except the feeling never lasts.
Perhaps that shall be the difference in what we have. That it can last. If you would like, of course.
We'll just have to find out.
There you are. How fares Medea on the surface lately, from your point of view? I'm having a grand old time by her account, and Sister Selene seems to think the same. Perhaps I should not be surprised.
Lady Medea does seem very much at home amid all the death and decay, which fuels her research. She's always toiling at one curse or another. Is that a concern?
My concern is only for her well-being, and it sounds as though she's all right for now. So long as her research does not come back to haunt her anytime soon.
I'll be checking up on her. Just right.
Evening. Your little garden there has cheered this old place up a bit, Goddess. In trying times, such simple pleasures oft are first to fade. Precisely when they're needed most.
Thank you, and pleased to hear it, great tactician. Though I'd not expected a mere flower patch to leave such an impression on someone like you.
Come now, all I do is pay attention to details. Victory comes to those whose hearts are predisposed. I mean, look at us. Our spirits are quite literally all we have. And now flowers.
Help keep an eye on them for me, would you?
Of course.
Oh, you're up. This place has changed so much since I took off. If you told me half this stuff was here, you'd have had a way easier time persuading me to come back.
I wanted to see if you'd do it of your own accord. And also, surprise, you still remember the trick to locating the place.
Hard to forget it once you know the way. Though, finding a good landing spot, I'm out of practice on that front. I nearly crashed into the cauldron.
No, what happened?
I crashed into Master Odysseus instead.
Patience.
Ran into Lady Cersei on your way last night, did you, Em? She's quite the talent with those magic spells of hers. Like turning mortals into all sorts of things. Bit mean, if you ask me.
Great Hecate still hasn't told me how exactly you managed to induce within the Titan Lord a reawakening of sorts. No mere curse, that. So much she has yet to teach me.
The greatest teacher is out there, she always says, though, right? But I feel the same way. For as long as I've known Headmistress, there's so much to her that I can't even begin to understand.
We dwell in shadows, so it must be. But I take comfort knowing if ever I truly felt alone in the crippling, pathetic way mortals refer to their abandonment, then I can always call on her, or you.
Living under the auspices of the old witch of the Crossroads, huh? Not met her face to face. Keeps to herself, so I scarce believed it when Apollo said that she'd reached out with something important. Turns out, it was you.
A successfully conducted war requires crisp communication, for which we still depend on swift-footed Hermes. It is to be expected that he reached you first, with blessings, not mere tidings, I trust. Scoundrel Prometheus got a proper punishment from you last night, Athena says. We've been unable to subdue him, as he's sneaky like the forces he commands. But now you've drawn him out.
May you shine forever bright, Sister Selene, my big sister, who protected me and guided me and taught me so much of patience and grace. This offering cannot begin to convey how much it means to me to have you in my life.
You need not spare such words for me, though I am grateful for them, little star. As for the ambrosia, I shall keep it for a time we Silver Sisters next may share of it together. As with the bond between us, it shall only grow in quality with age.
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
The Titans Kronos and Prometheus have forged an alliance, yet are not so much alike. Prometheus longs for a world in which mortals do not answer to gods. He of all beings must know that shall never come to pass.
That worthless Cyclops Polyphemus turning his broad back against the gods. His kind once aided us against the Titans, yet he's of a newer generation, lacking loyalty apparently. His actions cannot be excused. He can't sail to this mountaintop. Unless he fashions for himself a craft that sails on air, he shall be relegated to my waters. But how then did he get his goods up here?
Polyphemus, you're very obstinate for a peaceful shepherd. Did Poseidon do something to offend you at some point? Is that what this is about?
Oh, I don't get offended. I get even. And you don't get to ask questions no more. You get eaten.
The other night, I saw these huge black wings on the horizon. Definitely not a harpy. Could have sworn it was bloody Ares. But wasn't she still at the Crossroads with you?
Well, I'm not at the Crossroads either, but unfortunately, Strife Incarnate has been getting in my way. So she showed up around the time I did.
Come to think of it, yes. Ah, I was beginning to worry she was here because of something I did. Never occurred to me she was just following you around, same as ever. My latest work.
Proud family, this one. Uncle Poseidon here forgoes full armor on account that he's too quick and too thick-headed. Thick-skinned, I mean to say. Ain't that the case, Uncle?
Come, nephew, you know how much I value your craft. Even if I'd not be caught dead wearing much of it myself. It's just, only a coward goes to battle clad in plating head to toe. A coward far more likely to withstand his wound, but still.
What took you so long?
You have yet to be late for our clashes even once. No matter how quickly I reach these shores, you're here first. But your goal is to be less dependable, not more.
My goal is never to have a goal in my life. It's just, I'm going through some sort of phase, I think. All the competition with you and Nemi must have got to me.
And what is it you think we're competing for? First to be forced back to the depths of the underworld?
Never said it's you I'm competing with, babe. And you know what I realize about this whole thing we've got going on? Discipline and disorder go hand in hand.
Hey, look, man, let's not talk about that sort of thing in here. Let's just relax. No need to get all down about that stuff. Oh, hey, the mountain finally stopped shaking for a bit, and I remembered what I wanted you to know. A box of bottles of ambrosia. That's just 4 of them at once. Technical term.
So you don't just want one bottle of ambrosia, but 4, and you don't want me to, say, give 1 bottle at a time?
Come on, look how many guests I have. No single bottle's going to do. But now you know what we need to survive. I'll be counting on you, Mill, baby.
Not had your fill. Gods could learn something from mortals, you know. For all their many failings, they have an admirable tendency to cling to hope. A certain quality we deathless often lack.
Hope can be the salve for the naive. So many mortals hope they'll never die. A feeling born of delusion and fear.
Yes, mortals live short, painful lives. And even still they strive for something greater than they mostly can achieve. I fight for them. You gods fight only for yourselves. Get on it.
I was just picking up a bit. Didn't mean to bother you, goddess. Hey, I like your wings. Mine aren't real, though I had an earlier pair made with real feathers, more like yours, but not nearly as good.
How about next time you see my stuff, you leave it be? All right there, baby bird? Now get out of my face and don't go tripping on your tongue on your way up.
Sounds good. I'm off. Goodbye.
Bye now.
Sister.
Sister Selene.
In short, the reconstruction is proceeding, though not at a brisk pace, and the damage on the surface is contained. Wounds that shall slowly heal. We'll see what scars remain.
Sister Selene makes a similar assessment. Well then, what shall you do from here, Odysseus? could visit the surface whilst the underworld remains in disrepair.
Oh, I may wander for a bit, madam, but by your leave, I'd like to keep the Crossroads as my base of operations for the time. I reckon we've a good thing going here, don't we?
I dare say yes, we do.
Death to Kronos.
Has anyone ever told you you look a bit like your mother, Nemesis? Having met her, I can see the resemblance. In fact, when I first saw her, well, anyway.
No, finish that thought. When you first saw her, you what?
When I first saw her, Look, I was taken aback by her appearance. In a positive way. She was like if you wore an elegant gown and gave your brow muscles a rest.
Was your idea of a compliment. Nobody wants to look like their mother. Don't look anything like mine anyway, except maybe the hair.
Lady Demeter said I looked just like my mother, which I thought was very kind of her. Queen Persephone is striking.
Think she and Nyx get on as well as we do?
They couldn't possibly.
Need something?
Another cycle is complete, so we reflect and make our preparations for the next.
You said you didn't want my nectar anymore, but said nothing of ambrosia, Eris, so what do you say we visit the taverna once again?
Oh, I might visit the taverna, thanks. Though this time I'll be doing it alone. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't think we should be seen together anymore.
What, because you're concerned some baseless rumors will begin to spread? I thought Strife Incarnate wasn't supposed to care what anybody thought.
It's for your own good. You're the one who's got a reputation to uphold. Really doesn't take much for me to live up to mine. I can just tell you to get out of my face.
I'm off.